After one of the most shocking trades in sports, it's Christmas Day. 8 days removed from being dealt. Welcome to NBA on defense and extend on marketing who missed the three. Luka on the wing. Here's LeBron James. Lob for Hayes. James out of there with it after an empty possession for the Jazz. And here's Doncic driving, puts it up. Instead, it's a lob. We know how Luka loves to lob it.
It's downhill. If you've got shooting on the floor, the lob threat for these centers is going to go.
Assists per game this season. He played only 22 games with Dallas. Hachimura missed the dunk, but counted. Goal.
Will be immediate, and the number of players he occupies on that end of the floor, that'll you'll see tonight and every night going forward. It come down to the fact that Dallas is betting against as the leader of your franchise. They're betting against that. Lakers bet on it.
Collins, beautiful move to the back. Got hurt last night. Doncic has attempted one. On the switch, Luka's got the big on him. Tries the three. And hits it. The first of many to come. Also, what Kobe Bryant did and LeBron James has done many stops along the way. Here's James on the fadeaway. Another important acquisition by the Lakers made in December, and a chance. James driving on Kessler, the shot blocker.
And James see with this lineup to try to guard LeBron James at the top of the key. J.J. Redick said the switch factor is what he's going to be fascinated to explore with these two players.
Thrown out of bounds. Finney Smith, Doncic drives. Corner three. Hachimura no good. Doncic there, cleaning it up inside. Couple block. Great save by Markkanen. Deontay George leaves it for Collins for the hammer dunk. He's got
talented offensive player. Nice job right there, taking that thing to the rim, knowing the trailer was coming the entire time.
Vincent drills here with a knee injury. You have to think he's going to benefit from having James and Doncic on the step back from Reaves from deep.
Ability.
Vincent hands on it. With minutes to go. The Lakers are 8 of 9 from the floor from inside the arc. And 3 of 6 from behind the arc. Markkanen in
48 minutes, you never have to worry about not having one of those on the floor at all times.
James somehow found Vincent. His three is off target. The tip goes, though. And think about who he's second to for the second straight year, by the way. And probably anybody other than Victor Wembanyama is going to be second for a long time. Because Wemby, he averages over 4. As we mentioned at the top of the show, what they thought was another trade right before the deadline, and an important trade. Mark Williams, a center from the Charlotte Hornets, as Reaves.
Insider is reporting the Charlotte Hornets have been in contact with the NBA as they explore options to dispute the Los Angeles Lakers' failed physical assessment of Mark Williams. Versus tell ESPN, the Williams-Dalton
sitting there was not going to play tonight. J.J. Redick said didn't think it was fair to him. Watches this and figure out exactly what's going to happen with Connect going forward.
James looking to take Kessler off the bounce, falling away, connects it. James, long three. Pinballs out to Hachimura. And the 15-foot putback off the heel. Collins threw it right to Goodwin as we his facial injury. Had to take it off there, so playing without it. James no look down court. Hachimura lost it. And now Collier ahead of the pack. Goes in for Utah off of Laker turnovers. Collier was Bronny James's teammate at USC last year. Bronny and Luka grow the most. He said everywhere, but when he's willing, he's been a much better defender than he was early on in his career. Three ball from Hachimura.
I think Luka, young minds in the game, and he's in a tough position right now, as any coach would be with a franchise in the NBA that's clearly in rebuild. Picks over the next 7 years, 11 first-round picks in the next 7 years. This is the option they're going to take, and Will Hardy could be the guy to lead it.
So Doncic does the Dirk with Dirk in attendance after. Now on the switch, Doncic fires to Finney Smith. They were teammates for a few years in Dallas. Hachimura driving and finishing off.
And then there's opportunities for Hachimura to find a driving lane.
I mean, obviously we know Luka Doncic is a brilliant scorer, but his IQ teamed with the incredible, but a tandem like that together. Has LeBron played with any teammates he's played with that's similar to Luka?
He's had great teammates, Hall of Famers, but fresh LeBron and Luka both could be because of some of that response at any time. And now they can play off each other. You see Luka again was burst on the receive.
Doncic, and you look at the timing of this move. The Lakers are right in the thick of things in the West. They're tied for Doncic, puts it on the floor, leans in, gives it up to Vincent. Shot clock at 3. James returns it. Vincent will pop. And an hour before the game, everybody watching Luka warm up. James has it knocked away by Collins. Markkanen in transition, lobs it up there for Kessler.
Good floor for Utah connecting on that lob.
Finney Smith driving, gets it back, and scores off the window.
But I thought Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, when they first got paired, a presence like LeBron.
Markkanen's 3, not there. Doncic fires down the court to James in stride. It rolls around. Luka penetrates, puts it up, missed the shot. Tracking it down is Reaves. 4 seconds to go in the half.
Today, so no one trying to be deferential out here, Dave. Everyone's trying to get their own game going.
And there were so many people as Doncic throws another. Since the trade from the Mavs to the Lakers due to that cap-in minutes restriction, so to speak, going to play about 30 minutes tonight. Another dunk from Hayes by LeBron. Reports that even though the Jazz were part of the trade, that they actually didn't know the pieces that were involved in terms of the big names is Doncic. And here we are. It's finally reality. Lucas first
play through contact, but he doesn't really release the ball around the rim until he is absolutely ready.
Daniel Gafford injured and did not return to the game after suffering a leg injury. Derek Lively is out as well, so the Mavs dealing with all kinds of injury. They've been in the play in the last 2 years, but they're 4 games removed from that right now. Collier, nice speed, and the slam from
Will Hardy was really pleased with.
Doncic couldn't make that as he was falling towards the baseline. Trying to finish through contact. Pull-up 3 from 6th man of the year with Utah back in 2021. Lakers play one more game before the break. In the All-Star break, the Lakers will take on the Hornets. They're at 31-19 right now. James for 3. Collier. Doncic finds James. Hachimura corner 3. It's good. An air ball from Clarkson. Doncic quickly ahead, but the deflection, it still gets to LeBron. Downhill, scoop and score with the...
And got him one.
Not just because he's a great player, but also his involvement in the DFW area. James 3 is off the mark because all the talk there is they felt they could make a run at an NBA title this year, and that's why they made the deal as Markkanen gets the dunk in transition.
Yeah, listen, that's going to be to find themselves in the Western Conference to come from those slots where Dallas is probably going to find themselves very difficult uphill battle in the postseason. Worry as much about setting the table for other people at that point. That's going to be fascinating. He never had that luxury in Dallas.
Good job on the glass. That
you see the Lakers running a lot of two-man action with 2 ball handlers setting screens for each other to get switches where they can just attack.
Hachimura as the Lakers go hitting another 3.
And I think you'll see a lot of that out of the Lakers, particularly since they didn't get an additional center at the deadline. You're going to see Jackson Hayes starting, but you're going to see gives him defensive capability up the floor with size, which is not something they really have if Jared Vanderbilt's not available to him.
Right, you think of the lineup as James have a smaller lineup. They got guys with tremendous wingspans, including Vanderbilt. Collins tried to finish there and couldn't. He's still down. Gets helped up from an official. Hey, alley-oop.
Small sample here with Luka before the All-Star break, and he's got to sprint to the finish with fresh legs. It's one of the benefits of having an injury actually for an extended period of time. You do
on from when Luka probable. Here's James downhill, missed the shot, got it back, and scored in his Laker debut. Kessler collides with James, and they're going to call. Sent a game against Phoenix to overtime all in the last week, but getting hammered here tonight.
Yeah, 2 franchises in totally different stages. Lakers very much in a win now.
As to whether a lot of these guys currently in the roster are going to be here.
No doubt. They've got 3 guys, that have another year on their contract that will free up potentially $70 million of cap space a night. And he just has become incredibly lethal from that 18-foot area.
Corner three, Vincent, good. Around 35% this year. Steal by Reaves. Fakes the lob and takes it himself for the layup.
Tough decision for a defender.
Just under 20.
Shooting was really what wasn't there to make 1 for 7 from 3. Or he has a much bigger offensive night. Tremendous head fake.
Here's Finney-Smith. Short on the 3. Juzang.
Really where this can become very difficult to defend the more they find one of the rules when this went into effect.
Where he plays at that age, you get into the playoffs, what kind of toll that could take.
Not of having to handle the ball, his usage to, creating for others, so he will benefit.
And made the trade. That's one of the reasons they did it. They felt that they were not good enough defensively. Even though they made it to the finals last year with that group. And
he shows up in those big moments. Series he's gotten his team through. Games he's won practically single-handedly, it feels like some nights. He shows up when you get that lip on something like that at 25.
Again, you look at the scoring average along with the assists. He accounts for 49 points per game. That is the most in NBA on February 28th. 4.5 to go. Lakers 124, Utah 95. These teams will meet again Wednesday in Salt Lake. Juzang gets the bounce. Stay in the 3 spot in the West, tied with Denver and 2 back of Memphis for the number 2 seed. 17 in this game to go with 7 rebounds in 17 minutes. He was a player that JJ
points actually created off of his assists, meaning 2s and 3s. He's 4th in the league. Last year, Luka, in a full season, was 3rd in the main reason for that. So let's see what happens when the Lakers now, with this new look, go up against elite defensive teams, elite teams later in the season. That's a threat to do damage in the Western Conference. And a lot of that has to do with the track record of Luka Doncic in the postseason.
You look at some of the big names, like Steph Curry, and obviously Luka and LeBron James.
Well, I'll put it this way. I don't, right now, as I sit here, I wouldn't bet they're currently constructed than they were before the trade, because that's the impact that I think Luka ultimately will have.
What about if Dallas, which has done already, he immediately joins the pantheon of great Lakers, and it feels like the possibilities for this year and beyond.